We want to talk about that Portuguese team now after that 6-1 demolition of Switzerland, straight into the action, where our sports reporter Selina Sykes was at the Lusail Stadium witnessing the absolute mayhem of that Portuguese attack. Selina, welcome. You saw Portugal at their absolute fluid best. Now, surely contenders for the title.
Well, it was an absolute statement performance here from the Portuguese this evening. A stunning team display for the most part without Cristiano Ronaldo. And what a night to remember for Ramos, at just 21 years old, the Benfica striker, on his World Cup debut, getting a hat-trick. That first goal was absolutely magnificent. There was a gasp within the stadium when that one went in. What a magnificent strike from the young Portuguese player. He'd only played around half an hour in the Portuguese shirts before this evening. So really a very remarkable night for him to remember. And the young guns really putting on a show for Portugal. It's probably the best, it is the best they've played in this tournament. They look far more united and fluid without Cristiano Ronaldo for the most part of the game, coming in, I think, on the 75th, 74th minute of the game. And the second team in history here this evening to score more than 6 goals in a World Cup knockout, the last time being, of course, when Germany thrashed Brazil 7-1.
Selina, you touched on every single important point that I want to actually speak about there. Ronaldo, Ruben, his star seems to be fading quite dramatically, and now you've seen Portugal, a completely transformed outfit.
They seemed completely free, especially. I mean, we saw all players. João Felix was also sensational tonight. We saw Bruno Fernandes, who was already having a good tournament, but also Bernardo Silva, and of course the man of the moment, Goncalo Ramos, with the first goal was fantastic, but also the other two he scored were just incredible. So, yeah, this was the Portuguese we were hoping to see, because we know that the talent is there. It's incredible that a player like Rafael Leao is only on the bench and can come in to force something. And also his goal was so
Great
beautiful.
Goal.
So, yeah, it was an incredible performance, especially because they played against a Swiss side who were quite decent until now. They only conceded 1 from Brazil, for example, and tonight they were just all over the place. But credits to Portugal, because they were brilliant.
Now, Selina, Ruben also picked up on something quite interesting. An image of all the photographers just surrounding Ronaldo on the bench. Now, isn't it a little bit strange that there's this entire plethora of fandom surrounding the player, and you could hear the boos and the whistles when he wasn't on the pitch? But do you think it takes away the kind of focus from what is actually happening in the Portuguese team, winning 6-1? It's such a great achievement without Ronaldo.
I think that's right, Jean. It really has to be a subplot here this evening, the whole Ronaldo story. The young guns absolutely outperformed in a way. They really should get to the spotlight here this evening. That was remarkable to see how many, a swarm of photographers and journalists around the bench. And as you said, it was remarkable hearing in the stadium suddenly chants of Ronaldo, deafening roars of Ronaldo chants. Even with the goal fest going on, it was really quite remarkable to see. But it was quite clear that a lot of people in the stadium, a lot of neutral fans in the stadium wearing Ronaldo shirts, were there to see the superstar, and they eventually got it. He came on for a bit, a goal disallowed for being offside, but I think this might be the beginning of the questions being, should he be stepping aside for some of these young talented players that are coming through the Portuguese ranks, because it was clearly a very impressive performance without him this evening.
It's incredible.
And a very similar situation to what we saw with him at Manchester United. Sorry.
Yeah, it's incredible, though, Selina, to see that there were so many people just coming for him tonight, right? I mean, we've seen one of the best team performances of the whole tournament. And then they just wanted to see that big star.
It was really remarkable. As I said, the cheers and the boos when the subs were on and he wasn't coming on, it was really quite a remarkable thing to see. The goals were flying in. It was really an exceptional team performance from the Portuguese this evening. But we could really feel in the stands that everybody wanted to see Ronaldo come on, and when he did, as I said, there was a deafening chant when he came on the first time he touched the ball. The same thing, really remarkable scenes. Obviously, a lot of locals here, perhaps wanting to see Ronaldo Ronaldo for the first and perhaps also most probably the last time at a World Cup. He's obviously so desperately chasing that record held by Eusebio of 9 World Cup goals. He's on the 8th. Remarkably, he's never scored actually in a knockout stage at a World Cup. And well, Ramos has maybe perhaps outstaged him here a bit this evening, getting free on his World Cup debut.
That's a very impressive stat, Selena. Thanks so much for all of that incredible insights, and I'm sure you had a great time watching all of those goals.